Hi everyone, welcome back to my AP Calculus class. I will keep solving practice exercise problems about definite integration from number 34 to 40. And then I'll go to the next chapter in the next video, okay? Number 34, average value of cosine over the interval pi over 3 to pi over 2. What is the formula to find the average value of a function? The formula was integral a to b fx dx over b minus a. So in this case, integral pi over 3 to pi over 2 cosine x dx over b minus a, which is pi over 2 minus pi over 3. And then what is cosine x is integral? That's sine x. So sine x, and then plug in top number, sine pi over 2, minus sine, plug in bottom number, which is pi over 3, over, what is pi over 2 minus pi over 3? Which is pi over 6. Sine pi over 2 is 1, minus, what is sine pi over 3? Sine 60 degree, root 3 over 2. Over pi over 6 times 6 in top and bottom. So bottom gonna be just pi. Top will be 6 minus 3 root 3. So C is the answer. C is the answer. Next problem. 35. The average value of cosecant square is another average value of a function problem, but the function is different now. The function is cosecant squared. Do you remember that cotangent x prime, derivative of cotangent x was negative cosecant squared x? That's why integral cosecant squared x dx, that is a negative cotangent x plus c, because integral is backward of derivative. So to find the average value of cosecant square from pi over 6 to pi over 4, use that average value of function formula, which is integral b to a to b. So pi over 6 to pi over 4 cosecant squared x dx over b minus a, pi over 4 minus pi over 6. It is a negative cotangent, right? Negative cotangent pi over 4 minus negative cotangent, because integral of secant squared is negative cotangent. Bottom number is pi over 6. All over pi over 4 minus pi over 6, which is pi over 12. Cotangent is 1 over tangent, right? Cotangent pi over 4, 1 over tangent pi over 4, which is 1 over 1, is 1, so negative 1. And then negative going to be positive. Tangent to pi over 6 is 1 over root 3, or root 3 over 3, so cotangent is reciprocal of that, so root 3 over pi over 12. So times 12 and times 12 top and bottom. So what is the final answer? 12 over pi times negative 1 plus root 3. Yes, C is the answer. Next problem, number 36. From number 36, graphing calculator section problem. 36, find the average value of the function f shown in the graph below on interval 0 to 5. 0 to 5. 0 is here, 5 is here. So integral 0 to 5 fx dx over 5 minus 0. That's the formula, right? And integral 0 to 5 fx dx means area with x-axis, right? Under the graph x-axis. So this area. This is trapezoid. Base 1 is this, base 1 is 3, 5 minus 2, base 2 is 5, 5 minus 0, that height is 10, because there's 5, 10. So by the formula of trapezoid area, base 1, 3, plus base 2 times height over 2. It is 40. So that area is 40. So 40 divided by 5, which is 8. 8 is the average value of this function. So E is the answer. Okay. Number 37. Integral negative 4 to 4 of this function dx represent what? It is just a conceptual problem. You don't have to find the value. But we know that function is y equals square root of 16 minus x squared, right? So if you put the square both sides, y squared is equal to 16 minus x squared, add x squared both sides, and you're going to find that x squared plus y squared is 16. This is circle's equation whose center is 0, 0, and the radius is 4 because that is r squared. R squared is 16, r is 4. And 4 and negative 4 and 4 and negative 4. But think about the sign in front of the square root. It's positive only, right? So y should be always greater than or equal to 0. That means the graph should be above the x-axis, not below the x-axis. That means it is a semicircle actually. It is not full circle. It is a semicircle. So integral of negative 4 to 4, yeah, square root of 16 minus x squared represents semicircle's area, right? Whose radius is 4. So B is the answer. B is the answer. Number 38 is calculator problem. So just input y equals square root 1 minus cosine 2x graph. Hit the y equals button. I'll do now. I have calculator now. The y equals button and then input this function. Wait a second. Okay, now and then just hit graph button. Graph. You'll find this strange shape of function graph. And then how can you find that integral? Integral is area, right? But just to hit the second button and trace button. Second trace. If you use second trace, there is number 1 through 7 in the screen usually. Choose number 7. Number 7 says what? Integral fx dx. It says integral fx dx. Okay, number 7, and then it screen asks you lower limit. Lower limit means bottom number, so just enter 0. 0, enter. Input 0, enter. 0, enter. And then it asks you upper limit. Upper limit means top number, so input pi over 4. Input pi over 4. Pi over 4. And then screen says answers, right? It says 0.41421 blah blah blah. So 0.414, B is the answer. I just introduced how to use graphing calculator to find the integral. There are another ways, but I like this way because I can see graph. Anyway, let's go to quickly next question, number 39. Use the graph of the function f shown below. And then 39 says in which of these intervals is there a value c for which f of c is average value of the function f over the interval 0 to 6. That means we have to know what is average value of fx, right? By that formula, integral 0 to 6 fx dx over 6 minus 0. And then this top part represents that area, right? So I'm going to find that area now. I separate two different shapes, trapezoid and triangle. The trapezoid area, base 1, this is base 1, 2, plus base 2, that's 4, times, this is height, that's 2, over 2. That is 6. 6. That triangle's area is easier. That base is 4 and height is 4. So 4 times 4 over 2, which is 8. So 6 plus 8 is what? 6 plus 8 equals 14. So 14 is the area, right? So 14 over 6 is 7 over 3. It is about 3.3. Where is the 3.3? 3.3 is over here. Okay, at y equals to 3.3, just draw the line, horizontal line. You can find the two intersection point with the graph, right? Those two intersection point, the x coordinate is going to be c, because that value should be equal to f of c. F of c should be equal to 3.3. And then y is c, right? X value is c. So what is x? It's between 0 and 1. Another c can be between 2 and 4. So 0 and 2, 0 and 2, and 2 and 4. So D is the answer. D is the answer. Does that make sense? So I found that average value of this function, and then that should be equal to f of c. So f of c is y value and x equals to 6. X exists between 0 and 2 here. Another c exists between 2 and 4 here. Because when x is here and here, the y value is 3.3, which is your average value of the function. Okay, last problem about this exercise is number 40. Number 40. Integral 0 to 2 f prime of 3x dx. I'm going to find the integral f prime of 3x dx first, okay? It's kind of a substitution. Derivative function's integral is original function, so f of 3x, but it is kind of u substitution. This part is u part, so 3 dx equals du, so dx equals 1 over 3 du. So 1/3, just come out here. It is dx now. When you change dx to du, yeah, 1/3 came out. So integral 0 to 2, that means plug in 0 to 2 into this function. 1/3 f of 6 minus 1/3 f of 0. So what is f of 6 and f of 0? Go back to the graph. F of 6 is 0 here. F0 is 2. So 0 and 2. This is 0. This is 2. So that value is negative 2/3. B is the answer. I solved all 40 problems. In the next video, I'll go to next chapter, because the other problems, number 41 to 50 something, you can solve for yourself, okay? It's good practice. Okay, thank you so much for watching my video, and then click subscribe and like and turn on the notification. Thank you again. Bye-bye.